So I just did a Chloe Ting workout. It's been 2 years that I haven't properly worked out, and so last year I did work out. Last year, exactly this time, I did work out with Chloe Ting. But because I had to move my place, I had to stop it, and in my new place I didn't have time nor the energy to continue my workouts. I think it was the year 2020 when I found out about Chloe Ting. My cousin told me about her and other workout YouTube programs, and I just went with Chloe Ting and I did workout. I did the hourglass body workout. And I remember when I started back then, I haven't gone to any bodybuilding classes back then. I just danced, I went to dance classes 3 times a week, and after a while I felt like I need more. And then I tried bodybuilding, but Chloe Ting stayed in my heart because after a while, you know, the times that I wanted to take my shit together again and back on track of my life, Chloe really helped. Like every time I'm like, okay, time to get this shit together, I'm like, I'm gonna work out with Chloe. And the second time I started working out with Chloe was with one of my friends, and she was the same. She wanted to try something new, and I was like, okay, let's try Chloe together, and let's tell each other about our workouts, like, did you do it today or not? And that was successful. And the third time was last year when I was in Japan. In my dormitory, they had a exercise room with mats and dumbbells and everything. But after I had to move out, I went to live with one of my friends, and the Japanese house is so small, and 3 of us living in a house. They had their own room. I lived in the hall, like the kitchen and hall was the same, and it was so cold. So with all of my stuff there, I really couldn't work out, and I was not mentally in the mindset. I know many people say that if you work out, it's very good for your mental health, which is true, but sometimes your mental health is really bad and you're so depressed that it affects your working out. Like me, year 2022, it was in spring. I had a mental breakdown, and you know what? After that breakdown, things happened. Like maybe I said it in my other videos when I'm reacting to Stray Kids videos. It's there. How Stray Kids really changed my life and put me back on track. But I remember back then I was going to these fencing classes, which I absolutely loved. But after that depressing state of my mind, like suddenly I went into, I didn't have the will to go there and continue my classes at all. But really, when I was in Japan, I really didn't work out, and I used to be 54 kilos, and now I'm 66 kilograms. Like, I will show you some picture, but So didn't see that coming. Like, my body is like from the front is like, okay, okay. And you should know that I grew up with a really fat phobic father. And he wasn't like a fit man himself. He was kind of chubby, but he really disliked fat people. And he always told me that the first important thing in your life is how you look, and the second is school. Why? This was his logic, okay? If you are fat and ugly with a doctorate degree, but if you're beautiful and fit with a bachelor degree, and remember, this is Asia. Everyone has bachelor degree. People, if you're these two people, like ugly and beautiful, fat and fit, go to get a job, the beautiful one will take the job. So you have to, your face is beautiful, but you have to work out so you're fit. And he was right. Pretty privilege does exist. People escape their prison sentence with beauty privilege. But the thing is, my parents were always like, there are more clothes for thin people, so you have to. And I wasn't fat ever in my life. Maybe I was chubby or over, maybe like this. See, I'm not fat, which even if I was, there was nothing wrong with it, you know? But the thing is, they make the word fat very negative, that even if someone calls you, oh, you become fat, you're like, what? No, I'm not. And fat isn't a thing. Like, I have become fatter comparing to 2 years ago. It's not like there is a fat, thing. Everyone and everything is fatter than the other one. No one is just fat. And if you call someone fat, it's just because in your mindset, if someone, like, I think I'm fat maybe in South Korea and Japan, because all of them are so small and thin. I'm considered fat there. But in Middle East, I may be chubby, but comparing to my past, I am fatter. Now, what my father did tell me is kind of right? Oversized people cannot find the dresses they want to. But if that is the case, it doesn't mean that they have to lose weight. Because we shouldn't do these things for clothes and getting a job, though that makes sense. But the thing is that if that's correct, the system must change. And many people coming saying to me, it's because the health that you should lose weight. You shouldn't advertise being fat or getting fat. You have no idea how a healthy body looks like. That's the thing. There is this woman, I think she's Iranian. I forgot her name. I'm so sorry. She is kind of chubby. She doesn't look like everyone thinks a fit person and an athlete look like. But she is the ocean swimmer. And she was like, first I was insecure on my body, but then I'm like, this body is helping me winning games, swimming in the ocean. So yeah, this is my body and I appreciate it. And that's the thing, like, you have no idea how a healthy body looks like. My brother, if you see him, you think he's the healthiest people on earth. He's fit, he's thin, and he's quite muscular. he just have high metabolism. He buys a big birthday cake and eats it with a spoon, and he can't really live without sweets, cakes, everything sweet. And I don't eat any of them, not because of fit, but because I never liked sweets in my life. I don't even eat my own birthday cake. But look at me, and him is so like, and he is not healthy. He is not. I was so insecure about getting fat that even like I remember I had an allergic reaction to something, and my fingers got like kind of big, and I was so insecure about it because my hand looked fat. And after I was in Japan, I gained maybe like 10, 11, 12 kilograms. And at first I was kind of insecure. I was like, oh my God, this cannot be. I'm fat, I'm sad. I'm fat and I'm sad. And I never hated other people who are fat and overweighted. But I thought everyone looks beautiful, like all those curvy models look beautiful, but I do not look beautiful when I'm fat, especially from this angle. But you know what? You know, my favorite body is Sophia Loren's body, and Shahnaz Tehrani and Jennifer Coolidge. Those are my favorite body types. And I really don't know everyone's obsession with getting the hourglass body. Like, I really like the apple-shaped body, which is like bigger here and everywhere small. And one day I was trying to find a workout like for apple-shaped body, but I found that, oh my God, there is no many workouts for, like, you can only get hourglass shape and not other shapes because they are the reason I'm getting an hourglass shape is because I always did Chloe's hourglass, and now that I work out, it's not because I want to get thinner or anything else. I remember I was 59, and then I lost 9 kilos. And I think the key to losing weight is that back then I really didn't care about losing weight, and I just worked out with Chloe, and I ate anything I wanted to. So even after I quit working out for 1 month, 2 months, I didn't gain that weight very fast. And personally, I think your body genetics and metabolism is maybe so important, because my brother, and if you want to get that body, go for it. You can do it. I've seen, like, my friend, she's a bodybuilder coach, and she lost 20 kilograms during maybe 2 years, I guess. But she's really careful about her eating diet. And the diets are not like I eat ice for 3 days. No, that weight that you lose with eating ice will be back next week. So yeah, and now I just accept it. And what I really love is that when Lana Del Rey gained weight, I really loved her because she made me realize that your body shape and your weight doesn't really affect who you are. Like, I've seen it in all people, but Lana Del Rey was one of the people that I saw. She was like thin, and then she gained weight, and she's now thin again. And because I saw it, I was like, she's still Lana, and she's beautiful, and she makes good music. And maybe what my dad said was right, but now the world is changing because people are realizing, and we all seen in Olympics how different body shapes were there. So yeah, and now I'm really like, I love my body, da, 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 da. Yeah, that's my body. So yeah, now I'm not really like insecure about my body, especially from this angle. And I want to just show it to everyone. I remember when I was a teenager, my mom really made me insecure about here. I didn't know. I was like, I look normal. And one day my mom hugged me and was like, what is this? You are getting fat. Guess, Mom, my body will changes. And when I was thin, I was like 22 and I'm 25 right now. And you know what? One of the reasons that I got fatter in Japan was not the alcohol, because as much alcohol I drank, as much as I did walking all over the Japan, oh my god, you have to do lots of walking there. I mean, yes, there is escalators and subway, but you have to walk to the subway, and sometimes the escalator doesn't work, so you have to go up on the stairs. So I really did the counting, and sometimes I walked into a parks. So stress is another reason, which makes really sense, because there is this hormone, I think it's called cortisol. So it works like when you're stressful, your brain produces something so you feel less stress. And the more stressful you are, the more your brain produces that thing. And that thing makes your body fat. So if I'm fatter, it's because my brain tried to save me. Yeah. And now I am trying to save me and my brain, because no one else is coming to save you. Nothing is coming to save you. Everything else will make your life easier. But the only thing you have is you and your body and your brain. Like, I didn't want to work out today because I didn't have mats or shoes or blah blah, but I said fuck it, I'm gonna do it and work out under the table on my scarf. And my dog just slept in front of me while I was shredding some sweat. And I know many things make your life easier. I know maybe you need money right now. I know it, because me too. But last night I was thinking that when I was in high school, I really did make the best out of what I had. And during time, my perfectionism kind of developed and trapped me, but now I'm trying to go back and I should stop comparing myself to the old me. Even I know sometimes they say you should not compare yourself to others. The only person you should compare yourself is you. But I think even that is not true, because the high school me uh, didn't have that much traumas. Her father was alive, her best friend was alive, her uncle was alive, and she hasn't had experienced death. She wasn't living alone. And then now Arta has experienced all of those things. And the fact that I'm doing it like without therapy and everything, and this is what I do for my mental health. And I don't say like, if you can go to therapy, good for you, go, but I can't, because I'm really that broke, guys. But I'm just tired of this shit. Like, I'm tired of having to wait to have the money to go to therapy. So what? So now I can enjoy myself? No, that's another way of perfectionism. Because even if you go to therapy, you have to live your life. You can't wait till you're okay. And so you see, at the end of the day, everything you have is only you. And everything else is just the accessory for your soul, for your body, for your life. So really, we should start together, because I don't want to do this thing like, yeah, I didn't know. I believe me, I struggle with many things. So if I'm saying these things, it's because I'm going through it and I want to share it with someone and tell about my experiences to other people who have may experienced it, and we can find each other and feel sympathy, because maybe they're broke too and can't afford therapy. And if they see this video, they're like, oh my god, my father is dead too, my best friend is also dead, but I still can't go on. Great, so I can, because she did, so I can. And yes, you can, honey. Maybe we can be our new best friends. Now, don't get me wrong, I have some other best friends, but losing someone, no one's gonna replace it, and you have to live with it for the rest of your life. But it doesn't kill you. I mean, it does, but you still have other parts alive. You only need your brain to be alive, seriously. Imagine Dr. Stockman, what was his last name? I always forgot. You know, the doctor in TMNT, there was this doctor who only had one brain in a jar walking everywhere. He's one of my role models in life. Really, the only thing matter is the brain. And as I tell myself, even when I'm following my heart, I'm actually following my brain. Because your brain is everything. Your brain makes your mind, your brain makes you sad. And you have to be aware with your brain of the unaware parts of your brain. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. And remember, guys, the fatter you are, the more place you have on your body for tattoos.